Good morning. We are here with Daiki Nakajima, project manager at Jetro New York. Thank you very much for joining us. If I may start off by, if you could please tell us a little bit about Jetro and the role you play at Jetro.
Thank you, Ali. So JETRO is a Japanese government agency that promotes bilateral investments between Japan and the world. We have over 74 offices in 55 countries. Mainly my Invest Japan division. We promote U.S. companies that want to enter the Japanese market, obviously providing a lot of various complementary services.
Thank you. So if I may ask, actually follow up on that, so what is the current government policy in terms of attracting foreign investment? We've heard a lot about Abenomics. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So in terms of the Abenomics, I mean, there certainly are aspects of the new growth strategy, which is the third arrow of the Abenomics, in that foreign direct investment is one of the major components. Now, the strategy itself is really broad. For instance, improving language barriers or providing international schools to students and things like that, even private jet landing spaces within Japan. But in that sense, the current electricity reform that's happening in Japan is probably going to be one of the most biggest component in terms of foreign direct investment. I think it's potentially on my aspect, I think it's going to be one of the bigger successes within the new growth strategy for Abenomics.
Oh, interesting. So on electricity market reform, can you tell us a little bit about what steps have been taken, where we are right now?
So I think it's pretty much simple from the U.S. aspect. Basically, the energy has been deregulated throughout Japan, which means that on the retail side, which is currently the second step, pretty much $67 billion in that industry just opened up. So any company that's willing to provide energy or become a power company can enter that Japanese space, yes.
Can you tell us some examples of international players that are already considering entering in Japan?
So in terms of the power company aspect, I think there's one company that has teamed up with a smaller power company. EREX is a Japanese company that certainly created a partnership with Spark Energy in Houston. I think that's one of the bigger examples of how a utility entered the space. On the other hand, you have companies like Demand Response in the demand response space that certainly is already entered into the Japanese market. You know, companies like Enernac or companies like Converge or O-Power recently working with TEPCO. Also on the renewable side, I think certainly from the feed-in tariff program that started in 2012, you have a number of companies that's already in the space actively engaged in the market, like First Solar or SunPower.
Thank you. So maybe final question, any advice you have for international players who want to enter Japan?
So I guess from my perspective, to enter the Japanese market, you certainly will need a partner. You certainly will need to engage with Japanese companies in order to start rebuilding your presence in the Japanese market. The energy space right now with the electricity reform, it just started 4 days ago, or 5 days ago, I'm sorry. So, if you think about that, it's still a brand new space. Now is a best time to, work with the Japanese companies, partner up with them, and introduce your products or your strategy, and then engage, and hopefully that leads to a better success in the Japanese market.
Thank you very much for your time
No problem.
today.
Appreciate it. Thank you.